Warren Fiscal Court, Friday, July 10th, 2020 is now called to order. I want to ask Magistrate Mark Young to lead us in prayer and lead us in the pledge immediately following. Squire Young.
Thank you, Judge. Everyone bow with me, please. Lord, we come before you this morning humbly thanking you for all the blessings that we enjoy, especially the blessings of life and living where we do. We know, Lord, that we are indeed blessed to be living in Warren County and sharing this wonderful place with so many people. We thank you, God, for the privilege also this morning of being able to come together, conduct business of the county. We pray, Lord, that each one of us will look to you in our decisions, not only the decisions in life, but the decisions we make this morning regarding the other citizens. God, we thank you so much for the law enforcement, first responders, all those people that put their life on the line for us each and every day. God, we're mindful, we know that you know the condition that our country, our world is in because of this virus, and we pray your healing hand be upon everyone. Be with the doctors, nurses, pray that the scientists find a vaccine soon. Be with all the leaders in government, from our president, state leaders, local leaders. God, we thank you now. We ask you to bless this meeting. These things we ask in your son's holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Everyone please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Ms. Hale, will you please call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Here.
Esquire Lawrence.
Here.
Esquire Gorman.
Here.
Esquire Payne. Esquire Young.
Here.
Esquire Cummings.
Here.
Okay. All righty. Everyone received a copy of the minutes of the fiscal court meeting of June 26th. Do I have a motion to approve? Motion by Squire McWhorter. Second by Squire Young. Any discussion, questions, additions, or corrections? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne. Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you pick up Squire Payne?
I did. He holds his thing.
Okay. I guess oh, I see him. Hi, Tony.
What fingers we put up for no?
All righty.
The no finger.
Yeah, okay, just waiting. All right.
All righty. We need to approve the work schedule for the Warren County Road Department. Motion by Squire Lawrence. Second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne. Esquire Young.
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Next item is to approve personnel changes for Warren County. Whoop. Motion by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Young. Discussion, questions? Please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Ma'am.
Squire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, item number 7 is to approve emergency determination in the amount of $14,569 to Billy Williams Plumbing for replacing a 5-inch pipe from the boiler room area approximately 100 feet to the water cooling tower of the water source heat pumps for the jail. There were 3 quotes obtained. This is the lowest and best quote. Motion by Squire Cummings,
Second, Gorman.
second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 8 is to approve emergency determination in the amount of $1,415 to Utility Precast Products for Beehive Base Frame and Grate to replace installation of dry well at Lake Mirror Drive. This is paid for through Stormwater Management.
McWhorter agrees.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Ma'am.
Squire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 9 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2033, rezoning property at a portion of 0 and 60, the Trace Drive from residential estate and townhouse multifamily residential to agriculture containing approximately 7.84 acres and presently owned by Thesson Concrete Contracting, Inc., Lori Hodges and Charles Tyler Ronschild. We have a motion to approve by Squire Cummings. Second,
Gorman.
second by Squire Gorman. Any discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you can control the volume, but I have very little volume on Cummings and I can't hear Squire Payne at all.
Tony's volume is on his end. I don't know what's
Tony,
going on. And then
okay.
Ron, I'm not sure.
Yours is a little bit better.
Tell him to speak up.
Squire Payne?
Payne?
Huh, okay.
Okay.
Turn your volume up too.
Payne. Okay. All righty, item number 10 is to approve order 2012 reappointing Matt Idlet and Gayla Warner to the Warren County Public Library Board of Trustees.
Motion by Gorman.
Motion by Squire Gorman, second by Squire Young. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 11 is to approve software support agreement with Avenue Insights and Analytics for the Warren County Treasurer's Office in the amount of $9,659.76. Motion by Squire McWhorter, second by Squire Young. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 12 is to approve determination in the amount of $6,031.50 to DWA Recreation for 30 lockable hand sanitation stations for the playgrounds throughout the park system. This is a COVID-related purchase at KPC pricing contract. Motion by Squire Lawrence. Second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 13 is to approve the hiring of 4 additional deputy jailers for the Warren County Regional Jail due to the COVID-19 virus. These are necessary for us to be able to allow our previously stationed or previously assigned deputies out on the road crews. We need these for COVID-related. Motion by Squire Cummings, second. Second by Squire McWhorter? Is that right? Okay. Discussion or questions? They are for now, until we get through the COVID restrictions, and it looks like they could be. For now, they will be, you should consider them full-time.
Does this mean that we'll be able to get the jail crew back out to picking up trash, Stephen?
Judge and magistrate, kind of where we're at, I'll try to give you the Reader's Digest version. Department of Corrections is requiring a written report. It had covered about 10 or 12 different areas, all the way from housing through sanitation before they leave, contact with the public, transportation, how you're going to feed them, exactly how they're going to be processed back in each day. So we've got all of that done. Then they require that it be reviewed by the health department. So we've seen all of that. Miss January Conway from the health department. They don't approve anything, but they review them. They've been submitted to the Department of Corrections for approval. As soon as that happens, of course, we're down on state right now too. As soon as that happens, we will get some trash resumed. We've had that since the end of March, I believe. And I get inundated, just as you all do, with everybody wanting their roads cleaned up, but I'm not allowed at this point in time to send state inmates out. And so these 4 positions will allow, once DOC allows us to send them back out, we can keep them all in the virtual attorney meetings. We're averaging 20 or 30 of those a day. So I'm down a couple hundred from our normal average on inmates, but we have assumed a lot of new responsibilities. DOC, probation, parole, pretrial, holding all these virtual court meetings. And so could have used more, but I think these 4 are very reasonable, and I would ask that they be full-time. I don't know that we'll ever get away from having some virtual court hearings. Some of the judges really like it, some of them really hate it. I would love to get back to what we knew as a normal, but at this point, we will get some traffic resumed once DOC approves those plans, and I'm just waiting any day to hear of that approval. So to answer your question, yeah.
I wasn't short with that. Thanks, Stephen.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions or discussion? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne, Esquire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 14 is to approve determination in the amount of $650 per week, today's affordable janitorial service for a temporary employee to help with COVID-19 for sanitizing at courthouse after we opened up. Motion by Squire Cummings. Second. Second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire
Yes, ma'am.
Payne, Esquire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 15 is to make part of the record the certificate of liability insurance for Kenway Contrasting, Inc. and for Life Skills, Inc. If there are no objections, it's hereby ordered to be entered into the record. Item number 16 is to approve first reading of ordinance 2035, rezoning property at a portion of 6378 and 6424 Cemetery Road from agriculture to residential estate containing approximately 2 acres and presently owned by Doran Investments LLC and Ben Hansborough as the applicant.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Squire McWhorter, second. Second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or question?
Ben, I have a question if I may, because I know that there's a new house built at 6424. Is he just adding acreage to that existing house and, or, I mean, what is the purpose of this rezoning? Just curious.
So it's to carve off the 2 houses on their own lots, and then the remaining ag piece, I think there will be a new house built. So that house that was just built would just be carved on around a 1 acre lot, and so it required a rezoning. But ultimately, it preserves the agriculture that's behind in between the 2 houses.
But nothing on the docket or anything for the remainder of land to be done at this time?
The remainder of the land will just remain agriculture. It's an over 5 acre tract, so it did not need to be rezoned, but a house will be built on it.
Thanks.
Any questions? Who had the motion and second? McWhorter and Cummings. Yeah, okay. All right, please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter,
Ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne, Esquire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. Item number 17 is to approve emergency determination in the amount of $1,317.12 to Trailer World for repairs to the main hauling trailer at Buchanan Park. Motion by Squire Young, second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Esquire McWhorter,
Ma'am.
Esquire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Payne, Esquire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Esquire Cummings.
yes, ma'am.
All right, next item is to grant authority to advertise for bids for outsourcing all weekly mowing, trimming, spraying, pruning, and weekly trash pickup at Moss Middle School, Natural Middle School, Ashmore Park, Westgate Park, Lost River Ball Field, Cumberland Trace Ball Field, Rockville Ball Field and Briarwood Ball Field. This is a 24-month contract. The current contract expires August 25th. Motion by Squire Cummings. Second.
Second by Gorman.
Second by Squire Gorman. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Square McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 19 is to approve the extension of a concession contract for Witt's Concession for an additional 12 months due to the impact her company incurred due to COVID-19. Like to waive her yearly revenue payment due to her missing over a third of her revenue generating months because of COVID, and she may miss a great deal more than that. Okay, we have a motion. Motion by Squire Young to approve. Second. Second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Square McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 20 is to approve determination in the amount of $1,141.94 to Staples for a GetTac laptop computer for the Warren County Parks Department. 3 quotes were received. This was the lowest and best quote.
Motion by Gorman.
Motion by Squire Gorman. Second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Square McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, item number 21 is to approve the yearly renewal in the amount of $34,567.87 to Dude Solutions for the yearly subscription-based operations and permitting software for Public Works, Parks and Recreation, Stormwater Management, Engineering, Building, and Electrical Departments. Motion by Squire Cummings. Second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 22 is to approve emergency determination in the amount of $2,268.10 to Signature Signs for public reopening signs complying with CDC guidelines on social distancing and public protection regarding the COVID pandemic.
So moved, Gorman.
Motion by Squire Gorman. Second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Square McWhorter,
Ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, item number 23 is to approve the service agreement with Warren County Conservation District for the dead stock removal for July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2021. Motion by Squire Young, second by, was that Squire Cummings?
Yes.
Okay. Any discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Square McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Item number 24 is to approve the program agreement with Warren County Conservation District for soil erosion control for July 1st, July 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2021.
So moved, Squire.
Motion by Squire Young, second. Second by Squire Cummings. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Square McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the next item is to approve a continuation of Stormwater Management's Red is Green sponsorship with IMG College LLC as a cost of $4,200 and authorize Director of Public Works to sign the contract. This is paid for through Stormwater Management. We have a motion to approve. Motion by Squire Cummings. Second. Second by Squire Lawrence. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Square McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 26 is to approve emergency determination in the amount of $2,891.04 to Tri-State International for repairs to the stormwater dump truck. This is paid for through stormwater management funds. Motion by Squire Lawrence,
Second, Squire Young.
second by Squire Young. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Square McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 27 is to approve emergency determination in the amount of $3,500 to Swiftwater Rescue Specialists for training to certify the new team members and current members with the skills needed to perform rescue operations on waterways. This is a single source provider. Motion by Squire McWhorter to approve. Second by Squire Young. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Square McWhorter,
Ma'am.
Square Lawrence,
Yes.
Square Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Payne, Square Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Square Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Item number 28 is to grant authority for Judge Executive to, on behalf of Warren Fiscal Court, to accept the donation of the historic Seth Thomas clock and wrought iron pedestal from Mr. Tom Blair and have it moved from its current location at 922 State Street, refurbish it and erect it on the property of the Warren County Courthouse, 429 East 10th Avenue. All of you all, motion by Squire Cummings, second by Squire Lawrence. Y'all are all familiar with this clock. It's sat in front of American National Bank for most of your lives, and for all of many people's lives. It was originally placed down the street at, I think it was J.W. Campbell Jewelry Store in, I think it was 1913. So it's been a part of downtown Bowling Green for all of our lives. And the Rotary Club is replacing it with a new, more modern clock. And all of downtown Bowling Green has become a little more modern. Certainly the old bank building is much more modern than it used to be. And the Warren County Courthouse, historically and architecturally, fits the same era. Actually, the courthouse is a little older than the clock, built in 1869. But I'm excited about getting an opportunity to put this and to maintain it as a piece of local history and really a landmark in Bowling Green. So we're excited about getting the opportunity to maintain this clock and keep it for the people, future generations of the people of Warren County. Anyone have any questions? All right, please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Next item is to approve the 2% cost of living adjustment for all employees of Warren County for 2021. Motion by Squire Young, second.
McWhorter, second.
Second by Squire McWhorter. Discussion or questions? Please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Ma'am.
Squire Lawrence,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The treasurer, please present the claims to the court.
General fund, $1,741,777. Road fund, $154,776. Jail fund, $391,717. Stormwater fund, $72,581. E911 fund, $15,114. And the LGEA fund, $36,724. Do you have to answer any questions?
Squire Young makes a motion to pay the claims as submitted.
Motion by Squire Young to pay the claims as submitted, second. I apologize. Who was that? McWhorter, okay. Okay. No discussion. Please call the roll.
Squire McWhorter,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Lawrence, Squire Gorman,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Payne, Squire Young,
Yes, ma'am.
Squire Cummings.
Okay. Sheriff Hightower, are you with us this morning?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
How's everything?
It's going well, Judge. We, with the courthouse here opening up, I think things are running smoothly. You've probably gotten some good feedback on that, and it seems like most everybody here is pretty pleased with the way it's working. Otherwise, we're just steady state and continue to monitor the community actions and what's going on both here locally and nationally. So, but we're just happy to be here. If y'all have any questions specifically for me, I'd love to hear them.
Anyone have any questions? Okay.
Squire Young, not immediately, but sometime in the future, I would like to have some statistics on the arrest tickets from a year ago when we weren't under this pandemic deal as to now, as far as, what's the number showing, for the arrest for DUI, speeding. What kind of effect has this thing had on, your people?
Yes, sir. Back right around in the March and the early April, we had a decline because we were really had an effort to minimize our exposure. We were trying to keep our staff safe. So everywhere, really, we limited our traffic stops, and in a lot of ways, when possible, we still responded to 911 calls, other calls for service, but our proactivity was diminished. So about 6 weeks ago, things really started to uptick again, and I can get you those specific numbers. We put our data online every month, our monthly report that we do, and it shows all that information. And if you give me, I can tell you from March to now what our numbers are, and I can get those. I'll send those to all fiscal court. I'll have our records pull that information, and we give you specifics on accidents, calls for service, arrest, traffic citations, and everything you'd like to see.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sheriff, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Uh, the city police are showing an uptick in assaults, domestic violence, and pretty much across the board in regard to aggravated or threatening. Maybe you can help us on that as well, Ms. Milliken. But I was told by the mayor that I think assaults are up 94% and domestic violence is up 54%, all during this same 3 or 4 month period as compared to the previous year.
We've seen a huge uptick in the number of domestic assaults, particularly. I didn't know it was 94%, but I knew it was a lot. It seems like that's all we're doing is dealing with the victims of the domestic violence assault, and we've seen a huge increase in that.
I think it was 50-something% on the domestic. I don't know. I think it was assaults were up 94%. But it was, either way, it's staggering to me, but it's explainable because of the stress and frustration of the shutdown and the stay at home. I think you can still feel it in the air here now.
Hey, Brett, I have one question too. I know we've talked before about body cams and so forth for our deputies. Any movement or any pricing or anything discoverable from that yet?
Yes, sir. I sent an email yesterday to the judge. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to look at it yet, Judge, but we met with Body Worn. It's one of the vendors, and we met with them up at WKU this past Monday, I believe it was. So we had us, Bowling Green Police, and WKU all in there. A lot of interesting technology from this particular company that really lends itself to be one of the front runners when it comes to their product, and with that they have unlimited storage space through the cloud. Everything's real time. They have a lot of other unique features that when you present your weapon, when I say present, when you unholster it, they have a magnetic gauge in there that basically your camera will automatically come on. They can also put that in your opening of your door. So when you open the door on your cruiser on a traffic stop, so if your lights are engaged, you open the door, it will automatically come on. It has GPS location sensors on it. So they even had one situation where an officer had a heart attack. He went to a horizontal position, and that automatically sends out an emergent call. Other officers responded. He'd had a heart attack. They were able to do CPR and revive him, and his daughter was born a few days later. So pretty remarkable. That's one of 4 companies we met with, and so we're getting all the pricing together. But I knew that one particular company, I sent the quote on that, and so it basically is about $103,000 per year. for that, and that includes all the software. Every 3 years, they will give you new equipment, and so which is a pretty good feature as well. So that was one of the vendors, and I'll get the other pricing to you all as we meet with them and provide that as well.
Yeah. Wasn't the upfront cost closer to $500,000, Sheriff?
On that particular company, they don't require you to come up with it all up front. You just pay, they'll give you the 5-year price, and it's split over those 5 years, and that's what it comes out to, is $103,000 per year.
And how many, just curious, how many cameras did that include? And
It's 45 of the body cams, and that price also includes, they have a comparable in-car camera system that would include that as well. So for 35 in-car cameras plus the 45 body cams, because our SROs, we want them to have the body cams as well for anything that happens within the schools.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. There is also some discussion about in the legislature in regard to state assistance on purchasing these that may come about in next year. So even though I'm supportive of this in principle, I think it may pay us to wait a little while before we make a determination where we go with it.
Yes, sir. I was up in Louisville yesterday and met with FBI Director Ray, and that was one of the topics that came up. And we're hoping there might be some funding, grant funding that comes down, as well as some state funding that that Daniel Cameron had mentioned as well. So we're hoping all that comes to fruition here sooner than later.
Yeah, I think I feel confident that it's going to be seriously considered in this legislative session. Okay, Ms. Yates, I know you guys are busy.
Yes, Judge, everything's going good here. I love the new awnings outside. They look great. And Monday and Tuesday were kind of rough for us, but we're getting through it. It's kind of slowed down a little bit, so I think everything's good.
Good. I'm glad.
I do want to thank James and Chris and everybody that helped us through the election, getting that building set up, and Chad, Jerry, all of them that got the equipment delivered. We couldn't have done it without everybody's help, so thanks to all.
Thank you. Also, while we're at it, I want to thank Esquire Gorman for helping to put together all the signage that's needed and really helping to get that organized. I know that Ms. Yates and Sheriff Hightower appreciate it as well. Taylor Harmon.
Still almost did it again, didn't you, Judge? I heard that. Almost came out with Strode. Almost 3 years here. I heard that. I just want to thank you. Almost said Strode again. I don't know if you realize that or not. Just want to thank James also for helping with this serious water tower leak that we had. You know, it's going to be expensive either way, whether we run this up over the building or if we try to dig up the ground from the front to the back of the building. So he and his crew have been extremely helpful trying to diagnose that issue. So I appreciate that. And other than that, we're opening our lobbies for some of our walk-in functions on Monday, the 13th. Sent out a media release about that. We're not doing everything that we normally do as far as taking property from outside, still being very cautious. We've marked off 6-foot areas in our lobbies, and so we'll do what we can in person, but we're going to do it very cautiously. And again, we're still waiting on those plans to be approved with DOC for getting the road crews back out to work. So if you have any questions for us, don't hesitate to call, and thank you.
Hey, Taylor Harmon,
Thank you.
What are our current numbers? Unmute.
Stephen,
What was the question? I'm sorry.
he's asking what are the current occupancy?
This morning was 560.
Down a little bit. That's good.
Yeah, well, we were a little under 500 about a month ago, so it's coming up. But also, as Ms. Milliken and Sheriff Hightower said, there's a lot of increased violent crimes, and so while they're citing and getting summons for things that don't necessarily have to result in an arrest, a lot of the folks that are coming in, I know this morning for district court and preliminary hearings, we had over 20 being seen by Judge Brown, who's the judge on call this week. So there's still a lot of new felonies coming in, and they're violent in nature with weapons and everything else. So we're doing what we can at this point.
Great. I'm more interested in the percentages of breakdown in the inmates, but I'll talk to you about that a little later, Stephen. By the way, just for your knowledge, I almost said Stephen instead of Harmon. It was not, you're a very cynical person. I just have to say that.
Judge, I would say that if I was you too. I do want to add one more thing in, if you don't mind. While we're talking about the breakdown of inmates, we were able to negotiate a new federal contract, not only with Nashville and Louisville federal inmates, substantial increase in money, but also now we've signed a new agreement with the Bureau of Prisons, where we do some home incarceration and some lockdown here in our facility. So that went up also substantially. So that's helping to offset some of the revenue problems that we're facing. So, but I can get you more information on that as it becomes available.
Okay. Thank you very much, Steve. Mr. Comer.
Hey, Judge, sorry for being a little late there, dealing with the little thing out here at the parks. I do apologize.
No problem.
Everything out here is going good.
Good deal. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Moore?
Thank you, Judge. We're good.
How soon before we get the renovation complete?
We're about 2 weeks out, a week and a half out to
Great.
consider moving downstairs. We've got a lot of furniture set and some servers to be done. And then we'll take a little break and move on up to the second.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Young. Mr. Young on here? Ms. Caller? Nothing? Mr. Pearson?
Morning, Judge. As Lynette referred to, we did get the awnings up. I hope that's a relief to some of the individuals that are standing in line. The numbers of what at the end of the day, we'll probably have tested about 16.5% of our population. Then, as everyone knows, the governor released his new executive orders on masks, and I've shared that with everyone and encourage everyone to promote the usage.
I think the mask order should be helpful in reducing the numbers that have been going up in the last couple of weeks. And I hope it does. It's amazing how few people have been wearing masks. But I'm so thankful that everyone has complied very well as they've entered the courthouse. And I think it's helped to keep them safe, help keep the rest of the citizens safe. And it's certainly it helps to keep all of our staff safe and healthy. And I appreciate everyone complying with the order. Mr. Brandstetter could not be with us. His office is really busy right now.
Mr. Appling, are you on?
Yes, sir. Everything going good.
All righty, maybe
Thank you, Judge.
they'll have everything cleaned up over there pretty soon.
Maybe.
I think, I'm afraid that Mr. Moore is enjoying this too much. Mr. Peterson?
Thank you, Judge. Just a reminder, our office is open on a limited basis to public now in our public areas. Of course, we have 50% of our staff working at home, so that's somewhat limited, but we are open now to the public to answer walk-in questions.
Good deal. Thank you so much, Ben. Ms. Alexiv? Mr. Markram?
Thank you, Judge. All good here.
Chief Russell Justice, are you on here? You're not here today? Okay. Chief Hamilton?
Any of the chiefs.
Chief Duckett? Okay. Oh Lord, there's Taylor Harmon again. He's all righty. Squire Gorman, do you have anything for us this morning?
Judge, not too much. One thing though, just she mentioned Operation Pride. Angie Alexieff put in her resignation to go to greener pastures about a couple of weeks ago. Her last day was last Friday.
Okay.
And the board has voted to hire an interim director, and it's Ray Lackey, who used to be with Operation Pride. He's very qualified, great individual, and great person who's done a lot for his community. He's agreed to step in there for 6 months while the board looks for a replacement. Just want to give you that heads up.
That's great. I'm glad you brought that up. I was wondering what they were doing.
Yes, sir. Other than that, hope everyone has a great restful weekend. It will be hot today. Tom thought it was going to be 80 degrees. He was off by 10 or 15 degrees. But,
about 15.
Yeah.
Squire Gorman?
He's off by a little bit more than that.
I just spoke there, Judge. I'm the first district magistrate.
I just want to thank you again for all your help on putting all the signage together and everything so quickly.
I appreciate it, and thank you to Lynette Yates and Sheriff Hightower, our clerk, and the sheriff. Very instrumental. It's a tough thing to redo that building. It's not shockingly our build, and also Bob Branstetter, but shockingly our building's not somewhat ADA compliant. So it's a little tough sometimes to get everything done. But I think the flow of traffic has been well, and I also appreciate the sheriff and the clerk for putting someone manning the doors, if you will, to be traffic cops for the people that are coming there. But the bottom line is there's ways to avoid going to the courthouse to pay your bills, but some people refuse that. They don't care. They want to see someone in person, and they're going to come there no matter what, and so that's fine. So at least we're taking care of them, but great job by everyone involved.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things I found out that I should, obviously we should have recognized this long ago. A lot of the signage, the wayfinding throughout the building, we should have had down years ago. It really helps to, besides having the deputies at the front door to help direct everyone, the wayfinding is very beneficial to everyone. And it's really cut down on the number of people who just stop in the office and say, where is the PVA? How do I get to the PVA office? But anyway, Squire Lawrence?
Hey, Judge, I'd just like to say it's good to see everybody again, as always. I'd like to encourage everybody to keep on wearing the mask, save a life. And I would like to point out to a lot of people that might see this as a public service announcement that when you wear your mask, you're not protecting yourself. You're protecting all your loved ones and all the older people or anybody that's at risk around you. So it's not like you're saying, I don't care about myself. I want to take my mask off. Well, what you're doing is you're saying you don't care about the people around you when you take your mask off.
Yeah.
That's all I can say for that, Judge. But I hope everybody's doing great.
That's a good point, Squire Lawrence. I appreciate it. And I'm frustrated with the number of people who haven't been wearing masks. It is a sign of total disrespect for everyone around you when you don't wear it. But then on a positive note, it's a sign of respect for everyone who's around you when you do wear it. And I'm so thankful that more and more people are wearing their mask. It's everything so far on the opening of the courthouse has worked really well. And if everything continues to work as well as it has, and we don't have any real hiccups, our next meeting on July 24th at 9 a.m. will be socially distanced here in the courtroom. So plan on being here on the 24th, unless something that we don't anticipate happens. Right now, everything's going fairly well. And I'm very thankful for everyone's cooperation, the sheriff, the clerk, PVA, everyone in the building has been very responsive and helpful, and even the treasurer. So I think Squire Payne's having trouble with his microphone. So if you want to give us some sign language, some. Whoa. Thanks. Squire McWhorter.
Thank you, sir. Everything's good. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, pal. Thank you so much. Squire Young.
Thank you, Judge. A couple of comments. I had the opportunity to be in the courthouse one day this week, and I didn't have to be there, but I chose to go there just to see how things were going. I commend everyone that had a part in that. It was, we were standing in line, but I was not there very long at all. Everything went good. Something else I noticed in our meeting today, we put on, 5 new people because of this virus. There were 4 people in the courthouse that were assigned new jobs. They would have been doing something different had they, from the deputy taking temperature, the individual asking questions, the young lady that was directing traffic, answering questions, and the lady cleaning the counters. As every time someone were finished at the counter, she was right behind them wiping that counter down. Yeah. And that's another thing that this virus has brought about, is the addition of people. And another comment I have, me personally, I was very saddened at our state attorney general's decision and our judge's decision that tried to block or has blocked whatever the governor's mandate to wear a mask in public or in public places or inside places. I don't understand that reasoning. I am glad that people wear their mask, and I hope they continue to do that, even with the divide that we have going on in government over the mask. So thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Squire Young. Squire Cummings, do you have anything you'd like to share?
No, just pretty easy month this month. I appreciate all everybody's doing, and just want to encourage everybody to be smart out there in public and watch yourselves, and just continue up. Everybody needs to keep up the good work they're already doing. So I want to thank all the department heads and everybody who is working diligently.
Ms. Milliken, do you have anything you'd like to share?
Thank you, Judge. I do want to send out my condolences to the Smith family. Retired Trooper Chad Smith passed away early this morning, a life lost way too soon. And so my thoughts and prayers are with him and all of his family and all of the KSP family.
Thank you. I didn't realize that. Mr. Burrow?
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Smith?
Thank you, Judge. Everyone stay safe.
Ms. Hale?
Thank you so much, Judge.
All righty. Couple of things. Please wear your mask, everyone, every time you're in public.
Again, I want to thank the sheriff, clerk, PVA, and everyone who's been so helpful in getting the courthouse open. One thing that the sheriff's already brought up, but we do have the first quotes back on the body cameras, and there'll be some additional insight on that as we move forward in analyzing this. We got the quotes back on the tennis facilities, and they actually came in a little less than what we were anticipating. We're analyzing those. There's a base bid plus 8 or 10 different addendums or additional quotes on those. So we're looking at how to move forward with that. We have some other alternatives as well. And but I know that all of you have been interested in this. We'll probably discuss this more at the next meeting, and may even take action on that depending on what you all want to do. But see here, as I said, our next meeting will be in the fiscal courtroom on Friday, June 24th at 9 a.m. And unless you hear otherwise, I'll see you guys a little before 9 on the 24th of July. If there's no other business to be brought before this body.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned by Squire Lawrence, second by Squire Cummings.